What's up guys and welcome back to another episode of 20 Top 1000 Indiana Classic, and we're up here in the mountains on typical trails this time looking for some bighorn sheep and puma specifically. Wouldn't mind getting some white-tailed ptarmigan or anything like that as well. But yeah, we're starting off with some bighorn sheep. Now there is that one down there which is a little bit on the smaller side. I do believe I did spot a fairly bigger one earlier. I think it's on the right there. There is another smaller one, but I think, yep, that one should be the decently sized one, I think, anyway. But it doesn't look as big as I thought I saw one. There's a bunch down here, so I'm not too sure which one actually was the one I spotted. But I actually think it stepped out here in the front. And it is. Drop that immediately, and maybe we can get another one. At least it's been hit, so it will definitely go down. Using a fairly powerful rifle here for these guys, and a body shot usually gets them down within a few seconds, as long as he didn't shoot at like 300 meters, but even at that distance I think it takes them down if you hit like the shoulder blade or something similar. But yeah, this guy down here, not the giant to start off, but I think it's still gonna be pretty decent. 144. Yeah, definitely a little bit more towards the average sized for the bighorn sheep. Now I do already have like 196 scoring one, like something truly insane. There was a video of that. So not really looking for a personal best here, but still great to get. And of course did actually get more than one, though this one was fairly small. Nothing really to look at here at all. Besides, of course, the nice and lovely GM reward and underscore. And it did actually go down with a purely body shot, not bad at all. Now the second main target is of course the Puma, and this is the second one I've seen, and this one is thankfully, if you can actually spot it, a male. Right there you can see. Of course don't have any spotting level yet unlocked for it. I have a very minimal amount of kills and spots, so let's increase that by 1 and drop it right there. Went for the spine shot, but on that distance couldn't really mess it up even if you wanted to. But yeah, like I said, definitely at the very beginning of the grind here for Puma. Even for bighorn sheep I don't have that many more. But yeah, they are great to hunt, at least if you do actually manage to find one that is like somewhat decent scoring for the GM amount they reward. But yeah, as you can see there in chat, it's been a few hours, and this is the only male Puma I've found so far. And 15.44, 159 GM, that's exactly what we're here for. And I actually did end up taking a trophy shot for it. I think you start, actually I know you start being on the leaderboards at 100, not 100, at 15.6 something, 68, 69, depending on I think the decimal points. But yeah, definitely not bad at all. Of course the GM reward here is the big factor for these guys. But hopefully we can get a few more, and I do actually want one for the lodge, which would be great to have a skull mount of those, so yeah, nice. Now it's actually been a few hours since that last clip, and I just wanted to walk back up the mountain, and there I saw this guy, pretty nice score estimate, up to 435, though I don't believe he'll actually make that, and there's no shot we're getting that cow. But yeah, nice little surprise here. I got a call for it, and I was like, I mean, it's a male, or I guess a bugle, not exactly sure. But yeah, got a call for it, and I was like, why not just give this guy a try? And 319. Not too bad, not too bad. 57 GM. Of course, these guys do get quite a lot bigger than the Roosevelt Elk, so that's not as good as a Roosevelt Elk of the same score, but still a nice surprise to get on the way up. Now, thankfully, this time, fairly early into the hunt, there's a Puma coming in, and this one does turn out to be a male, as you can see right there. Of course, still trying to unlock both the score and weight estimate. Debated for a second whether or not I should use the recurve bow, but didn't really want to end up messing up that shot and trying to track down a Puma for these mountains. I can already barely track down anything up here. It's really, it's a pain. Might actually have to like a bloodhound or something just for these mountains up here, but it's truly not that fun. Or I guess I might just not be good at it. But yeah, drop this guy, and hopefully this one's gonna be better. And the weight says it is, and the score also says that. In fact, 15.644, 168 GM, an absolutely massive reward here. And I actually am looking at the leaderboards at that second where you can see me waiting here, and it just barely didn't make the cut. The leaderboard does start at 15.69. So that's a little bit unfortunate here, so I decided I'm not gonna take another screenshot of it or a trophy shot or tags it, because I do actually I want one in the lodge, but I kind of want to start like putting only stuff in the lodge with at least makes like the top 100. So looking for one of those, but honestly, two great Pumas so far, really nice. Alright, we have a bunch of bighorn sheep down here now. There's this one, which is I guess an okay-ish sized male, but the one we actually want is this one at the back here. You can definitely tell that the horns on him have a better curl and are just like a thicker overall. So this is 100% the one we mainly want, but I wouldn't say no to getting more than one, of course. But for now, let's line up our shot here and actually take a look at getting them all. First one down, and second one, I think that one hit. It should have hit, and yep, it does seem like that bullet hit. Both of them went down right there, which is pretty great. I'll never say no to getting more than one animal, even when shooting with a rifle. Of course, with a bow, that's kind of like the main point where you would use them, so you don't spook off the other animals in our herd or around you. But with the rifles, it's always kind of like a thing. Like, you don't want to like not shoot a decent sized animal, but at the same time, like you can't just shoot anything and everything, because you'll just end up spooking like a decent amount of like the better scoring animals, especially if you like shoot females or whatever. But of course, main goal being hunter squad, it's always a little hard to like just pass up on some animals. But for now, that is the smaller guy, 96 scoring, a little bit disappointing. But of course, that's not the main attraction here. That is this guy right there. And honestly, he doesn't look too bad, I think. 94 kilograms and a score of 141. Definitely a little smaller than I expected. And I still cannot estimate like the score of Bighorn Sheep, because honestly that one looked a lot bigger than that, but still not bad. Now we do have some nice looking Bighorn Sheep right in front of us. There's this guy right here, which is definitely the most impressive one we've seen so far. And dropped right there, and there is 100% a lot more of them. There's one up there, which didn't look too bad. That one down there actually looks fairly good as well. But I don't think I can even reach that one over there, even if I could take a shot at it. Which I can't, it just went behind that ridge, which is unfortunate, but nothing can do about that. But there is some down here which you could hear run away, so let's see if we can actually grab those. Smaller male. Dropped it though, and there is another female which I would love to grab. And we will, most definitely. That one was in the like slow walking up the mountain animation, so a nice easy shot right there. All sliding down the mountain, of course, gonna be a pain to grab, but that's really whatever. It's gonna be my problem. You won't have to see that. We'll mark it because you don't see them. You can really tell that they are like camouflaged, I guess you could say, for it. So that's, yeah, definitely something. Quite happy to have gotten at least a decent marker in it, and I'll go try and find the good one, because that's the one I actually forgot to mark. We'll see if I find it. I guess in hindsight it was obvious I was gonna find it, otherwise, you wouldn't have seen that clip. But here, that's definitely the biggest one so far of the hunt I've seen, so hopefully it's gonna be pretty nice. Nearly 100 kilograms and a score of 160.98. Honestly, not bad at all, quite a lot bigger than the one we've had earlier, so I am happy about this. And I'm not gonna show you guys those other two. I did get them, I did collect them, but I think the male was like 70 something and the other one was just a female, so I feel like it's whatever. Now before it spooks, we gotta take this shot fairly quickly right there on this Puma. Spotted as well, which is great, but yep, as you can see, that guy got really close. I was in a horrible position here to set up to hunt it, but I only got a call from it. and I was already way too close at where I was comfortable to like call it in and like get closer to a better spot. But it worked out just fine, so hopefully it's gonna score pretty well. Nearly 80 kilograms and 15.19 scoring. I think that's the smallest one of the three here now, but honestly 148 GM is still a really nice amount, and of course getting another Puma is always great. But yeah, I do think we'll be ending it here today, so we'll head over to the launcher and take a look at our Hunter score. Alright guys, we're going to be ending today's episode on rank 1860, which means we've gained 13 ranks, as well as a Hunter score of 25,993, which means we gained 78 Hunter score. We're really close to that 26,000 Hunter score mark, which is going to be another pretty nice milestone here. Each new 1,000 is pretty nice, but yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.